And we still don't know if they work, and there's a lot of compelling evidence that says that they don't. At least they don't work any better than placebo. There's a really cool book called The Emperor's New Drugs by a guy named Erwin Kirsch. And he did a meta study, which is a study of studies, where he studied a bunch of studies, and he found that for the most part these things are placebos, antidepressants. And when we don't medicate with drugs, we self-medicate with food. And because of the profits that are made, that are to be made in the food by producing food by big-time corporations, mega national corporations, this is encouraged. We're encouraged to eat to feel better, which is a complete abuse of our bodies and digestive systems, and ultimately it can't help but cost us our health. We eat to feel pleasure. We eat for dopamine. We eat for serotonin. We eat for brain chemistry. But here is the good news. Here's the bright side. We can access that same brain chemistry through healthy mechanisms. First of all, if you want to eat, you can eat dopamine foods. You can eat more protein, and protein tends to be one of the more satisfying foods. There's also non-eating ways to access this brain chemistry. I love these simple non-eating ways for accessing brain chemistry and turning them on. How you hold your eyes, how you hold your body, your posture, what you pay attention to, your breathing. The reason I love these is because they're so simple. You could do them anywhere. And they are just as medical as an antidepressant drug. And we're not taught this. These simple little strategies are just as medically valuable, as pharmacological, as drug-like as an antidepressant, as a Prozac. Especially when you consider Prozac and many of these antidepressants are placebos or don't work any better than placebos. And by the way, this whole nonsense about brain chemistry out of balance, my brain hormones are out of balance, rebalancing your brain hormones, this silliness. Do you know that's not science? There's no science about balancing brain hormones. You could go on Google Scholar or PubMed, which are two scientific sites, or you can go to the library and medical library and research all you want. You're not going to see any scientific studies that even mention rebalancing your brain chemistry. It's purely marketing and advertising. We are drugged in large part from marketing and advertising reasons. But remember, we could do this ourselves. We can lose weight ourselves. We can reduce the impact of inflammatory, that is to say, all chronic degenerative disease ourselves. We can redirect our blood flow from our digestive tract to our repair and recovery systems. We can conserve resources for the good stuff, for building, growing, fighting cancer, degenerative disease reduction, creativity, fertility, a general sense of well-being, simply. And one of the simplest, easiest ways to do that is to control eating behavior and to make sure we got abundant nutrition, to make sure that we're supplementing and we're eating nutrient-dense foods, and then, of course, working on how the body processes those and absorbs those through the digestive system. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you have questions about the longevity products or business or formulations or skin health issues, or if you just want to comment or share a success story, 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll get your calls here in just a sec. From the Journal of Evidence-Based Medicine, Hatha Yoga is beneficial for reducing anxiety. This was a study of studies, a meta-analysis, a meta-study that found that yoga was beneficial for people who have elevated levels of anxiety. According to the authors, Hatha Yoga is a promising method for treating anxiety. Basically, Hatha Yoga is nothing more than just stretching and holding your body in certain positions. Not complicated. Certainly, you don't need a doctor for any of that. And you don't need any Prozac for any of that. And not only will you improve your health or improve your anxiety, but you'll improve your health overall as well. 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. Let's go to Kathy in St. Louis. Good morning. Welcome to the bright side.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's going on?
I just recently had an echo stress test with the dye in it,
Okay.
and they took pictures before and then they took pictures after.
Okay.
The pictures before showed nothing. After
Okay.
the stress test, which I passed with flying colors, echo test, flying colors. They said they saw a shadow. So I am a past breast cancer survivor.
Okay.
Well, I still am, sorry.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm more concerned with this shadow they said they saw because when I went to the cancer doctor recently,
Okay.
they didn't see anything except for some tissue in the breast from the cancer surgery.
You're saying they found a shadow in your chest area?
The doctor, the cardiologist, said it was in the lower part of the heart, that's
Okay,
right
got it.
underneath the left breast.
Okay.
But-
Here's the deal, Kathy. And I don't need really to hear any more to help you because it's very simple. How old are you, first of all?
I'm 58.
And what kind of are you on medication now?
I'm on Xanax for major chronic anxiety attacks.
Okay. And that's the only one?
That's the only major medicine I'm on, yes, and a baby aspirin.
Okay. All right. Here's the deal, Kathy. We're going to get you healthy, but we're not going to pay attention to the specifics of it. We're not going to pay attention to the anxiety. We're not going to pay attention to the heart. We're just going to make you healthy. That's really what you need. The doctors are going to want you to look at your heart, and the psychiatrists will want you to look at the anxiety issue, and the lung doctor will want you to look at the lungs. But that doesn't get you better. Those are the leaves on the tree, okay? The lungs, the heart, the anxiety, those are like leaves on a tree. Any kind of disruption in the breast or in the heart or in the anxiety represents a diseased leaf on a tree. Does that make sense? You follow me? Picture a tree.
Yeah.
Your diseases are leaves on a tree. If you got a tree and the diseases and the leaves are diseased, where do you think, what part of the tree do you want to work on to get rid of the disease?
The root?
Yes, exactly. Not the leaves. You tell the bonehead doctor that you need a root doctor, not a leaf doctor. So here's what you do. The root of all chronic degenerative diseases, including cancer, is the circulatory system. And the place where the circulatory system becomes corrupted is digestion and food. This is the key to understanding degenerative disease. I always talk about food and digestion, but really the bridge between food and digestive problems and the disease, whether it's anxiety or breast cancer or heart disease, in your case, Kathy, is the circulation. Now, circulation is technically called the blood and the lymph. Now, you've heard those terms probably, right? Especially the lymph, you probably heard, because breast cancer is a lymph cancer, right? Have you heard those terms, Kathy?
I've heard the term, but they told me it was caused from the estrogen that I was on.
Well, they're being very simple-minded. It's not caused by the estrogen you were on. It's caused by estrogen in the lymph. It's caused by the lymphatic system or estrogen affecting the lymphatic system. Estrogen is just a chemical. It has to get in the circulatory system, and it has to affect the circulation for it to have its effects. So the problem is in the circulation. So first of all, you got to clean the blood. Always, that's the first move. I always say digestion and food, but what I really mean is clean the blood. So you do it by, number one, stopping the entrance or putting cutting off the entrance of toxicity into the circulation through the intestine, through the digestive tract. Now, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of ways to do that, and you should be doing all of them. Number one, stop eating for a couple of days. Do a Suero V cleanse. Go get, if you're doing longevity products, get the Suero V. And that's S-U-E. It's called Suero V, S-U-E-R-O, Suero, V-I-V, or maybe V-I-E, V-I-E, Suero V. I think I got to check that, but Suero V is what it's called. And you want half a bottle every hour for 2 days. You're going to feel better right away. Now, you have to eat, obviously, after that. So you want to do, when you start your eating again, eat very carefully and pay attention to what's happening after you eat the food. If you eat simply, it's much easier. Just eat simple foods. Just have a piece of chicken instead of chicken salad sandwich. Just have a piece of tuna instead of a tuna salad sandwich. Just have peanuts instead of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You follow me? Just eat very simply so you can see how your body's reacting to things. Guaranteed you're going to find some stuff that is going to be very distressing because you've probably been eating the wrong food your whole life. And the solution to your problem could be something as simple as just correcting that, or at least the beginnings of the solution. Then you're going to want to start work. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, my husband got me started on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine.
Good. I'm going to get into that in a moment, but I really want you to get the food thing under control. Get on the nightly essence, which is probiotics. Do 3 capsules 3 times a day. And this is very important. The next thing I'm going to tell you. One of the major ways, one of the best ways that you can improve the circulation of blood and lymph through the body is movement. Now, you can do a mini trampoline, jumping up and down on a mini trampoline. You could do brisk walks, especially up and down the stairs. Even slow, deep breathing will improve the movement of fluid through the blood and through the lymph, through the circulatory system. Plus, slow, deep breathing will relax everything, especially when you're having an anxiety attack. So focusing on the breath is extremely important. Practicing slow, deep breathing will also improve circulation. Okay? Now, there's many more things to do. That's a start. I also think it's a good idea for you to get on the Healthy Start Pack, which you're already doing, and make sure you're sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine slowly throughout the day and using 9 EFA capsules a day, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night, and I'd be doing 2 capsules of the Beyond OsteoFX. Now, I really want to emphasize to you, this is just the beginning. But I equally want to emphasize this to you. You can turn this around yourself. You can be a new woman in 30 days, and you can completely eliminate your risk for a heart attack, for further recurrence of cancer, for all the other horrible things that can happen as we age and as our body falls apart. And on top of that, you can dramatically reverse or completely eliminate the anxiety as well. All right, so you got plenty to start on. Stay in touch with us, and we'll add some stuff on as we go through the days and the weeks. But within 30 days, you can be a new woman, Kathy. All right, I'm gonna let you go. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. All right, let's go to Cody in Austin. Good morning. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to the bright side.
How's it going, man?
Going good. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Hey, I got questions about 2 of my family members.
All right.
One of them had lung cancer, arthritis.
How far along is the cancer? Stage.
That I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, we got to take a break, Cody, so hang on, and we'll answer your questions when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We will return right after this. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side, talking to Cody in Austin. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got a couple lines open for you. Cody, what's going on? Lung cancer and you said something else?
Lung cancer, arthritis, and COPD.
Okay, so here's the deal. Who is this person?
This is my grandmother.
And how old is she?
She's 75.
Okay, so you got to do what you can do. She's 75 years old, and while it's true that the body can reverse all chronic degenerative diseases, including lung cancer, at the age of 75, you got to start somewhere, and you don't want to start at complete reversal. You want to start at having her feel better. In fact, that's how you really want to handle all cancer issues. You want the patient to be stronger. Does that make sense, Cody? We want to make your grandma strong. We want to make her into a Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, you could be 79 years old and bench press and squat and do incredible weightlifting. I'm not saying your grandmother's going to be doing that, but it's conceivable that the body can do it. I was just watching a video of this where 79, 80-year-old women were bench pressing and squatting and doing deadlifts. One woman did a 200-pound deadlift, and she was 79. This is what the body's capable of doing. Now, Cody, I'm not saying for your grandma to go in there and start bench pressing, but I'm just telling you that this is what's possible. So we're going to make her stronger, all right? First thing you want to do is you want to correct any digestive issues, because if she's not absorbing her food, she's not going to feel stronger. If she's not absorbing her nutrition, she's not going to feel stronger. So I guarantee you 100% she's got some digestive issues. If you can get her to wean herself away from foods that will cause digestive problems, that's great. But a lot of times older folks don't want to do that. So what you can do is you give her liquid soup. Liquids and soups, I should say. Vegetable juices and chicken soup especially. Also, if she can do beans, lentil soup. High-protein soups and vegetable juices. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the bone soup will go do double duty, because in addition to giving her a good source of protein, it will also give her the cartilage factors from the bone. I'm talking homemade chicken soup here. I know you probably heard me talk about this. And so between the protein and the cartilage factors, not only will she get a good source of easy-to-digest protein for building and for repairing, not only will she get cartilage factors that are important for strengthening the immune system, but the cartilage factors from the bone soup and some of the polysaccharides from the vegetable juice will soothe and coat the digestive tract and make it easier for it to heal itself, okay? not only will she be getting good nutrition, not only will she be supporting her immune system, but she'll be supporting digestive health too. And of course, the fiber will also help. Well, that's a weird sound. The fiber will also help her intestines too. The fiber that she gets from the vegetable juice. As much of her calories and her eating can come from soups and juices,